to learn how to do is fall. Very first thing you want to do as you fall is make sure that you're tucking your chin. Keep your chin tucked so you don't bounce your head off the mat. As you go to the ground, you do not want to reach for the mat. You want to keep your arm tucked in on your left shoulder or right shoulder, depending on what direction you're falling. As you fall, you don't want to just thud over like a tree. You want to try to roll to the ground to reduce as much of the impact as possible. So altogether, if I were to get taken down, you'll just notice that I struck the mat as I fell. That is going to deliver the energy into the mat and take it away from me. Additionally, I let out a little ch. That is what, in my style, we call a ki-ai. You are tensing your core to keep the wind from getting knocked out of you. So from the top, just like that. You want to be up and attentive. To get up, you're going to put your hands on the mat. You're going to get up onto your feet, and you're going to swing back. Standing up with your hands up, looking at your surroundings. And that's the basics on how to break fall. So a wrist grab is an attack where your opponent is grabbing your wrist. This can be done for a few reasons. He might try to punch me. He might try to pull me somewhere. Regardless, I don't want him here. So the very first thing I have to do is get into a stance. I want to make it harder for him to control my movements. So if Owen pulls on me and I'm standing like this, easy. Versus if I have a nice, deep, strong stance, much harder. You don't want to bounce as you're doing this. This is not sport, this is real life. You are getting attacked. Next thing you want to do is have your hands up. So if he does deliver that punch, I at least have more means of dealing with it if my hand was just down here. So I'm in my stance and my hand is up. Next thing I want to do is deliver a distraction. So I'm going to deliver a quick shin kick to Owen's shin. If I were wearing shoes, that would hurt a lot, and he'd be thinking more about the pain in his shin, more so than him trying to attack me. Next up, I have to get this hand off me. So we get a nice close-up shot here. Owen, his hand, has a weak point. As you go to pull your arm out, you want to go through the fingers and the thumbs. So if Owen's grabbing onto me, and I try to go out through his knuckles, not going to happen. Versus if I try to pull out through the gap in his thumb and fingers, much easier. So applying this now, stance, hands up, shin kick. As I pull out, I'm going to strike down on Owen's ulnar nerve. This nerve is at the peak of an individual's forearm. If you hit that hard enough, their grip weakens, and it hurts a lot. So distraction, I'm not just tapping him, I'm bringing all my weight up and striking down on his ulnar nerve as I pull out. So it's a 1-2 pressure, counter pressure motion. I have now escaped his grab, but I still have to deal with them. So I'm going to deliver palm heel strikes to his nose, quick and easy. And then I'm going to do a ankle knee takedown. To do this, all you're doing is stepping in. We call this a dragon step. Where I'm going to take my right leg and put it in front of my left leg. Then I'm going to step behind Owen, kind of, and grab onto his knee. As I do that, my ankle is wrapping around his foot, thus ankle knee. I'm going to have my hand up in case he tries to throw a punch. Then from here, all I'm going to do is sink my weight and push him in the direction that his knee is going so that he can't recover his balance. He break falls, and I disengage.